Welcome to the Dirty Heifers podcast. Soap making, small business, and so much more. Let's get dirty. Welcome back to the Dirty Heifers podcast. I am Margaret from Warm and Fuzzy Soapery, and I am here with my two favorite co-hosts, Jessie from Country Lather Soapworks and Shauna from Bawana Bath & Body. Each week, we will bring you the real, raw, and occasionally ridiculous side of small business life, from soap making to the behind-the-scenes grind. Before we dive into today's topic, we would like to give a huge shout-out to our episode sponsor, Bawana Bath & Body. Shauna's very own business where her motto is, handmade luxury every day. If you're looking to elevate your self-care routine with beautifully crafted, high-quality bath and body products, be sure to check out Bawana Bath & Body. Thanks for supporting the show and a small business like ours. So, if you guys have spent any time on small business TikTok, you've probably come across Sign Guy. I don't really know his handle, but he's known for those videos where he stitches other people's videos and either he completely dismisses them or he makes fun of them and then he talks about how great his LED signs are. And honestly, sometimes he's pretty funny, but every now and then his delivery or the situations that he stitches, they can cross the line into something that feels a little less helpful and a little more harsh. And that brings us to today's topic, slimy sales techniques. Because honestly, your sales techniques are only as slimy as you are. And in this small business world, we have definitely seen some things that make you want to take a long, soapy shower. Have you guys seen anything that you have found to be slimy business practices?
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen a few, and some of it in the soap maker community. I'm not going to call anybody out.
Right.
But
I figured I would save that for y'all.
For anybody that'll take customer reviews and blast them out on social media, that's just slimy, and that's a good way to turn I mean, I get it. Drama, kind of, people are drawn to drama, so I get that part of it. But it's also to throw your customers under the bus.
I call that like I made a list of all the different slimy different ways of practicing your whatever we were going to talk about. Whatever. Anyway, I call that. I lost my train of thought completely. But I call that clapback selling.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where you're clapping back at a customer, turning negative comments into public roasts, right? So that person always gets roasted.
Well, you know what? That just all kind of rotates around. You know, the internet has made people brave. You know, you call them keyboard warriors. I mean, who knows where that customer's from? Chances are they're halfway across the country. It ain't like they're going to come drive over there and take you out behind the woodshed, whoop your tail.
Right. Okay.
If it was like it was way back when folks had a set and, you know, we weren't so connected all across the country, that kind of crap wouldn't happen.
Jessie, I think your wire is rubbing on your
zipper
thing there, on your zipper, and and the mic is picking it up.
Can you flip your cord to the back?
Yeah, like
put it behind you.
Behind you like that. That should be better.
Well, I mean, it's okay. Well, no, it won't work like that. Hang on. Yeah.
There you go. All right, that's better. Put that.
All right, Justin.
Should put that muff right up by your face.
It worked.
No.
Oh my gosh.
So, do you guys know who that Sign Guy is? Have you seen him at all?
I've seen him, and I think part of it might be the English is not his primary language. If it's the same guy.
Let me. You know what? Let me share my screen because I think I have it ready. Let me just make sure I have it ready. TikTok. Is this him? Is this him? Okay, I have one ready. I'm going to share my screen with a compilation of his videos, and you can see how some of them are really funny, and then some of them just go
A little
over the
edge.
line,
Yeah.
a little over the line. So let's see. I want to see how this turns out too. Like we've never shared a screen on here, so I want to see what that looks like when we do that. Right. So here's my screen. I'm gonna do allow. I'm gonna do the entire screen, and there we go. Can you see it? Yes, you can. All right.
There we go.
So this is it starts out with somebody else, and then this is just a compilation.
Can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything.
Oh, you can't hear it?
It's stinky.
Yeah.
That stinks that you can't hear it.
Can you hear it?
I can hear it in my headphones. I'm gonna stop sharing.
I've seen him before. I have seen that guy before, and I know.
Yeah. I've seen him, but I always I scroll.
Well, I just think it's like he'll just play something that somebody's just trying to share something, and then he either puts it on like somebody will say like one of them was here's 3 things to get you to meet a new guy, and he'll be like, I don't care, and he just pick up his signs and whatever. So he's completely dismissive, and I get why he does it. And some of them are pretty funny and original and unique, and they suck you in. And I don't need any LED signs, but I watched quite a few of his videos.
Doing that, that's kind of like what y'all were picking on me about Justin. What Justin Danger Nunley does, he'll get a video and he'll stitch it, and it'll be something that'll just really catch your attention. He's like, yeah, nobody cares.
Right.
Or what you looking at, just
right.
I get that. That's
well, the difference between the sign guy and Justin is the sign guy is promoting his product, right? Justin is just dropping knowledge on people, right? So he's not pushing anything. So, when we're talking about sales tactics, I guess it's kind of the same thing. So Justin's selling himself, and this guy is selling.
Just as long as you're not like bad mouthing somebody, or to me, I mean, it's like you said, it's a fine line.
Right.
If you're being sleazy or you're being ugly, that's one thing. If you're bad mouthing a customer, that's one thing. But something like that grabs your attention, I totally get that one.
Well, I don't know what
that's me.
All I'm hearing is that from
your cord is
scraping on your button. Like, can you maybe unhook the button and tuck it behind?
Bow down. Oh.
Put it under the strap, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the other way. There you go. There you go. Now put it under.
Now put the cord under. There you go.
Oh, you got it now.
Maybe that'll. That should keep it going well. All right, so we've talked about.
Did you mark that, by the way? Did you mark that?
I did. Well, I marked the whole. Right.
Keep saying.
So that's clapback selling. And we all personally know people who have done some clapback selling, and they're using somebody's criticism to flex on your own product, and then you're kind of implying that the customer is stupid, right?
Right.
So that's one of the things that's a reason I won't do clapback. I won't do the clapbacks. I don't have the courage to do that. I'm the build people up kind of person, not the tear people down kind of person.
Exactly.
And if you have to tear people down to build yourself up, it just doesn't sit right with me.
Right. And that I actually saw a quote earlier today that made me think of this. And the quote is, half of your beauty comes from the way you speak. Be kind.
Okay. And I believe that. I do. I believe that personality really can change your attractiveness level.
Is this better now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, much better. So what other kinds of slimy sales tactics have you guys encountered?
I spoke about this on a previous episode, and it was when another maker came onto my post about body butter and criticized my body butter, saying, I make an emulsified body butter and she makes an anhydrous one. And she said, you put water in your body butter? No wonder it doesn't work. And I was like, what? Okay. Like that to me is really slimy to go and put someone else's product down like that. And
that's downright dirty. That is downright dirty.
And she obviously didn't know the purpose of a emulsified body butter.
Mm-hmm.
It's so it won't melt.
Right. And it just made her look bad in the end. And someone else, it was an old post, and I brought that up. Someone else recently got on that comment and tried to educate her on the purpose of emulsifying everything. I was like, oh, yeah, see.
Well, and to me, to be honest, I had rather have an emulsified body butter than I had the anhydrous one, because to me it doesn't leave such a greasy feeling on your skin. It absorbs in your skin a little better. Right. The other kind, it feels greasy and nasty. Not nasty, but
that depends on how you make it, because that's I make both, right? Mm-hmm. And the one that I make without the water, I add arrowroot powder too. So
there's a difference. Yeah,
it does not feel, because John hates the greasy feel. And I add, I just kept upping my percentage of arrowroot powder until I got that doesn't feel greasy at all. So, but I do see, the reason I make both is because the one without the emulsifier, it melts, and I can't sell it in the warmer months. And even in some of the colder months, if people are ordering it in warmer climates, it's still an issue.
Right.
Yeah.
But people have their preferences, but to go on someone else's page and say, oh, your stuff doesn't work. You've never even used my stuff. And to say
I call that comment spam. I'm going through it because I have.
I thought you were saying
it made my list. It made my list. It's called comment spam, right? Yeah. Where you leave a check out my page under a random viral video, or worse, right? Hijacking another small business's post to promote yourself, right? Networking and spamming. That's just really spammy and terrible.
Hey,
we talked about that one.
I know somebody who's done both of those things so far. One person.
Really?
Yeah.
Same person.
Yeah.
Was it the one I was talking about earlier?
I don't.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not seen that. What else have we...
we'll discuss later.
Yeah, what else have we seen? As far as slimy. How about...
I find it slimy in that it's dishonest, but also it's damaging to our community when people make claims about their soaps and products that have not been backed up by actual research or science. So
anything, wild product claims. Yep.
Yeah, this will cure your acne.
It's really on my list. It heals eczema, it cures acne, it reverses aging.
Oh my God.
Right. Mm-hmm. It may do some of those things, but you can't make those claims, and it looks bad for the community of handmakers as a whole.
Right. It'll solve all your problems.
Yeah. And that's a thing that really just it irks me so terribly bad. Is y'all seen them on TikTok, and they'll have products linked to their TikTok shop, like, oh, this product does this, and it does this, and it does this, and it does this, and it'll make you 20 years younger. It'll make your babies be born naked and toothless.
But it'll make your teeth regrow, right? I've actually seen that, right?
But that kind of stuff won't get taken down.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But if you don't have your address on your labels, you'll get taken down for that.
Right. Well, that's not first of all, over-compromising isn't just an unethical. It's possibly you can get into legal trouble for that,
yes.
right?
Exactly.
There's one kid, there's some people. I lost where I was going with that. There was one kid who can make a claim that his soap can cure cancer.
Right.
Right? But
Because
he actually did the research,
right.
and I don't know how much it costs, and I don't know how he makes it, but he did the research, and he can prove that his soap does that. And I don't know what it's called, so don't email
Well, I don't
me
even know if
asking
he's
me
actually
because I don't know.
selling it. I think
Yeah, I
it's
don't
just
think
like
so
a
either.
project he did, and
But there was also another guy who just said that his soap cured cancer, and people used it, and people bought into it, and he was sued for a lot of money because guess what? It didn't work, right?
wow.
But that doesn't necessarily have to be, limited to the soaping community. That could be in any community. Like
Yes.
this, my car it goes 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, but it really doesn't. I don't know. That's just some lame example that I was thinking of. But claims anywhere, if they're completely false, you'll get in legal trouble. Now, for us in the soap making community, we can't make claims, and the reason that we can't make claims is because then that makes us fall under the cosmetic industry. And the cosmetic industry is regulated by who again?
The FDA.
I was gonna say the FCC.
Yeah, I think it
That's
actually
not true.
said that it moves. If you make those claims, it moves it out of cosmetic into the drug category.
That's
which
what.
is
Yes,
even more
exactly.
stringent.
right. So it's
Which I know a couple things about.
Exactly. And so we can't make those kinds of claims. I can say that, like what you were just saying about the turmeric soap. Now, turmeric does it lighten age spots?
Probably.
It might.
Turmeric's good for so much stuff. It's mind-boggling. But unless you've done the research and had it proven, you can't claim that.
Right. So
And by
do
that,
I have
we're saying, like, you can. Turmeric has been shown to do these things, but has your soap with turmeric in it.
Exactly.
Do these things. Like
Right.
you could, that's the thing. You have to have that testing to be able to make that claim.
Exactly. So I have my turmeric soap, but they're not ingesting it, right? So
No.
is turmeric going to do all these things because you ingest it, or is it going to be because you put it on here and then it's a wash of it?
Yeah, that's the thing that gets me about all these different products is like, they ask, I need a soap that will, lighten these dark spots. Soap is a wash-off product.
Yeah.
It's gonna
It can have definite benefits for your skin,
can have benefits,
but most of those things need some more than just something that you clean with.
something that will actually absorb
Right.
into your skin.
Usually needs some stand. But that
Yeah.
also, what we were just talking about, making these claims also goes into playing. You're talking about this guy who made a soap and claimed it could cure cancer. You're playing into people's desperation and hope for, a miraculous cure.
Right.
And that is even
It's
more
playing on
slimy.
people's emotion. So all right. So another form of scammy, slimy sales tactics I have is emotional blackmail. So like that's kind of emotional blackmail, but that's really playing on somebody else's heartstrings. But then like when you're sharing, like when the person or the salesperson talks about their struggles, right, and how. And everybody has struggles. Everybody, I have mine, you have yours. Do I put them on the camera? Most of the time I don't. Occasionally I do. But using hardship to push your sales constantly, that's kind of slimy.
It makes it seem disingenuous.
Yes.
Yeah. But talking about what we were just talking about, you know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
Oh,
Snake
I'm afraid to
oils.
ask. Yes.
Snake oil salesman.
Yes.
I
Snake
thought
oil
that
salesman.
exact same word earlier. I was thinking of that when we first started
Yes,
talking about this.
it did. That's
That's what that is.
the perfect. Mm-hmm.
It'll do this. It'll do this. It'll do this. You're a snake oil salesman. Get out of
Yes,
here.
yes, that's exactly it. And that with the emotional blackmail one, it's like people want to support you, but they don't want to feel manipulated into supporting you. Like I want to support someone because XYZ, not because they make me feel guilted into supporting
That
them.
actually also plays into a scam that I think we all got a few years ago. The whole I lost my job and it's my daughter's birthday. She completely loves your product. I think we all got that one, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
I got
Wasn't
it a couple times.
Was it the
gotten
same
so
person
many of
on
those.
ours? I get those a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we get those as it's unfortunate that there are people who really do have hardships and they really could use your support, but then you have all these other people scamming you
Yeah, it's hard. It's very difficult to pick through the scammers.
That kind of made me nervous. I'm sitting there going,
That's me. That's mine, not yours. Don't worry. It's not your tornado thing.
Well, we don't have them, but when you're in town, you can hear them when they test them from time to time.
Okay.
Yeah, we ain't got no tornado sirens out here.
That's just probably somebody got into a car accident.
It's like Jesse's like, sounds like a train. I'd better duck.
Let me crawl under this table.
It's a heavy table. It might work.
It's a heavy table. But yeah, I mean, it's just, and the kicker about the thing is most of the time, 95% of the time, if somebody's really in a bind,
mm-hmm.
they're like me or you. They're just going to get out of it themselves. They're not going to broadcast it on social media.
Right. But there are people who broadcast all the time, like, hey, I'm down, I'm low, this, that, and the other thing. And,
hit that.
Feel bad
hit that GoFundMe. Here's my cash out.
Yes. I've seen those.
Understood that. Like, I mean, I guess, you get your money where you can, but there's people who have, like, their Cash App in their profile, and I'm like,
yeah.
I said
and
that's
it works.
random to
and
me.
People just send the money.
Yeah.
Because they can.
That blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I have struggled for the past 3 years on whether or not to get a P.O. box.
Yeah.
I have a P.O. box for...
Well, I'm talking about putting it on my bio.
Oh.
I've had, because I get people that want to send me stuff, and if it's like a legit business that's want me to do a Will It Wash review, yeah, I don't have a problem sending them my business address. But, I've had people that want to send me stuff, and I just struggle with the,
I'm not telling you where I live because
Yeah.
I work in my home. Yeah. No, I have issues with that too, but our address is posted on the website.
Yeah.
Our address, if somebody wants to find us, they're going to find
Exactly.
us.
I think, Jesse, what you're also talking about is, like, you didn't want people just sending you random stuff for the sake of sending you stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I get weird when people start spending money on me, too. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of such, I have been using the crap out of that, like, nightgown hoodie thing you got me.
Oh, I wear mine every day.
Yeah.
Every day. I
seriously own like 3 or 4 of those, and then we were on this trip now, and I saw the blanket hoodies they have, the same brand, and I was like, oh, it's so soft, but I don't need another one.
The only complaint I have about the sleep hoodie
is it so long?
It's so long. The pocket's like down below.
Down below
pocket.
I'm sorry. Can you say, what did you call it?
It's my lady pocket.
My lady pocket. Okay.
I actually call that a prison pocket, but anyway.
Well, I've never been to prison, so prison purse.
Margaret, did I just lose you?
No, I'm just thinking about prison. And my time there. Just kidding.
Your time at Folsom?
My time in jail.
I hear the train a-coming. It's coming round the bend.
She was in Folsom with Johnny Cash.
And I ain't seen the sunlight
about that.
since I don't know when.
So, all right. So, what other slimy sales tactics have you guys seen?
Sticking a microphone in your hat? I'm just kidding.
What about this one? Only 3 left. There's limited quantities. There's only 3 left, and there's really not 3 left.
Create
they
the
have
sense
300.
of desperation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like fake urgency, or order it by now or else, whatever. So like that kind of stuff, it might trick someone once, maybe even twice, but
it makes me think of those infomercials where they're like, order in the next 10 minutes, you'll get this. It doesn't matter.
And free
when you
shipping.
Call in an order.
Yes.
You're going to get the same deal regardless of when you call. And you know
Right.
how I know is because that commercial's on again in half an hour.
That's right.
Well, yeah. Are you talking about like the old QVC? Did you say QVC?
Yeah.
I didn't say QVC, but the old infomercials, that
Yeah.
it's like
When they
2
come
o'clock
on
in
at
the
like
morning.
midnight or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. That,
But
and this ain't got anything to do with e-commerce, which I guess it could if somebody, I haven't seen anybody do that, squirrel, is the going out of business.
Yes. Yes.
But they've been going out of business for 10 years.
10 years. I've seen that. Mm-hmm.
That's actually illegal, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it?
I think it is now.
I don't
In
know.
the state of Mississippi, anyhow.
But that's definitely that's total scam. Hey, we're going out of business, or there's only 3 left, or order now or else. That's definite.
I think another scammy thing that we see a lot, and you see people talking about a lot, is finding another company that's successful and trying to make yourself look exactly like them, so you trick people into buying your stuff instead of theirs.
Emulation, yeah.
Oh yeah, or like I know I've seen on TikTok that pure cream, neck cream or whatever, and then like the next person will say, if you're gonna buy it, you have to buy it from this company because that company is fake. Like they have all like the imitation like.
Speaking
product.
of turmeric that we were just talking about, those turmeric kojic acid pads, I actually get those and use them occasionally because you leave those on for a little bit, But she had it was a small business, and she had a lot of people imitating and copycatting it, and people were getting confused because it looked so similar and sounded similar, and they were buying other ones and not getting her stuff. So,
right. Another one would be kind of similar to that. Would be like trend hijacking. So like how we'll see a trend on TikTok, and then we'll do whatever we can. At least I do. This is probably the slimiest thing I do, is I try to get my product into every single trend, right? Even if it doesn't fit, I'm going to cram it in there. That's something I'm 100% guilty of. And totally bonus cringe points if it's a sensitive or a serious trend, No. You're super cringy. God. I'm dying up here tonight.
Instead of a screaming goat, it's a screaming Margaret. You know what? Trends get attention. Mm-hmm. I think it's slimy if you try to cash in on something that's super emotional, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
Like people are sharing their
when they make it really
childhood
cringy
traumas, and you're like, oh well, one time my brother smacked me. Here, buy my product. It's like
my dog got run over by a tractor, but if I'd have washed with this, that wouldn't have happened.
If Woody had gone straight to the police, that would never have happened. Please tell me you know what I'm talking about.
Are you talking about Toy Story?
Oh.
Woody
Woodpecker.
Now, what did he need to go to the police for?
Oh gosh, it was he didn't go to the police, and I don't remember. Just at the very end of the episode was, if Woody had gone straight to the police, this would never have happened. Like just a bunch of stuff happened to him, and now I gotta find the clip.
So this was like a moral cartoon.
Woody Woodpecker was far from moral.
No,
Margaret showing her age on this one.
I know, I'm so old.
Woody had gone right to the police, this would never have happened. If Woody had gone right to the police, this would never have happened. If Woody had gone right to the police.
Shut up!
Now all I can think about is Scooby-Doo. And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those meddling kids.
For those meddling kids.
It's along the same lines. And the only other one that I can think of is like price defensiveness, right? Not just saying, I'm giving you a great product for this. I value my product. I use fantastic ingredients. I'm going to explain to you why my product is worth this. But when you have to do that all the time, you know what I mean? Like if you're constantly defending your prices, it kind of sounds like you don't really believe in them, right? So if you just tell people once, hey, my product's a great product, this is why it costs that much, and boom, you're done with that. But like to go over and over, like if you're making video after video after video defending why your prices are so high, maybe they shouldn't be that high. Right?
I could see that, and I could also see that, especially posting on an app like TikTok or something like that, sometimes you may have a video that pops off and you get a whole new audience.
Yeah.
You know, get a whole new batch of followers, and then, you know, every now and then, I could see like maybe once a month or something like that.
Yeah, but if you're doing it all the time,
doing it all the time, no.
Yeah, it's almost like you're convincing yourself. You know,
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
it
it sounds disingenuous eventually at some point.
Right. It does.
Right. So, anyhow, in other words, redneck word of the day.
I was just going to bring that up. So we're going to do a brand new segment. We're going to try and do a segment where Jesse will give us a redneck word of the day. And are you going to give us the word and we're going to try and figure out what it is? Okay, and then we're going to give Jesse a word. I don't have a word this week for Jesse, but Shauna does. And she's going to try and figure out what it means because we just think that might be funny. All right, so let's hear this redneck word of the day.
Redneck word of the day. Hankering.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah,
I'm hankering, like I want something. Like I'm hankering for some, you know, yeah.
I gotta up my game.
Well, that one was in a commercial, right? Like I'm hankering for a hunk of ham or something like that.
Never saw that one.
Do you have a hankering for a hunk of ham, Margaret?
I'm writing it down right now. Okay, so Woody Woodpecker.
She has a hankering for a hunk of meat.
Oh, so you're talking about I'm hankering for a hunk of meat, and I'm talking about woodpeckers. What?
Here we go. This is why we are called the Dirty Heifers.
We are descending.
I
don't know if it's a hunk of ham, but it's definitely a command. Look, I'm turning all red. There's definitely a commercial from when I was a kid that was hankering for a hunk of something.
Oh, howdy, partner. Time for timer. Do you ever get that hungry feeling after school? Boy, I do. I'm so hungry, I could eat a wagon wheel. When I'm slow on the draw and I need something to chaw, I hanker for a hunk of cheese. When my 10-gallon hat's a feeling 5 gallons flat, I got something planned, which is little cheese sandwiches. Come on! Here's a great little snack to tide you over till dinner. If you want something delicious and nutritious, cheese is a super snack. Look, a wagon wheel. When my get up and go has got up and went, I hanker for a hunk of cheese. When I'm dancing, I hold down and my boots kind of slow down, or anytime I'm weak in the knees. I hanker for a hunk of, a slab or slice and chunk of, a snack that is a winner, and yet won't spoil my dinner. I hanker for a hunk of cheese. Yahoo!
Yeah.
I wanted something. So, all right, Shauna, you got a word for Jesse?
Well, hang on. For anybody that don't
okay.
know, hankering, spelled Hankerin, and that is a strong want or a desire for something.
I spelled it correctly, too.
Do you actually have a redneck dictionary?
Hey, babe, let me ask you.
For a hunk of cheese.
Hankering for a hunk of cheese. That's
There
what it
we
was.
go.
I said a hunk of ham.
Cheese. Lovely cheese.
He heard me from downstairs, hanker for a hunk of cheese. He just came upstairs and opened the door and said, hankering for a hunk of cheese.
Tell John if he's got a hankering for a hunk of cheese. I know he's got one of them cheese hats in his closet because he's a closet Packers fan.
He is a Cowboy fan.
Yeah, he's a closet Packers fan. He's got a
He
cheese
just
hat.
He likes the cheerleaders. Anyway, yeah, the hankering for a hunk of cheese reminds me of a meme I had recently that I think I just deleted it today. It says, like, some days you just gotta crack open a cold one and enjoy it. It shows a package of cheese where someone's just eating the block, right? Like it's a snack bar.
Okay.
Okay.
Why did I say hankering from a hunk of ham? Why would that make me...
Well,
H's.
you do like the sausage. I'm just saying.
Ham and cheese goes together like, ham and cheese. No?
Ham and cheese goes together like ham and cheese. That was very...
That's right.
That was
I am
inspirational.
Poignant.
Ooh, there's a big word.
Golf clap.
There's a big word. All right, Jesse. I mean, not Jesse. Shauna, you got one? You got one for Jess?
Jesse and I are so very easily confused with each other. So I just have to, like, words that come up in my daily whatever. Embryonic. How would
gonna
that be
figure it
used in a
out.
sentence? Not in the medical situation.
Oh.
You gonna make me pull up my redneck cap.
That's kind of the point of this whole exercise.
Embryonic. I mean, I know it's got something to do with an egg of some sort. Egg-like, I reckon. But, embryonic. I got my gears turning. Hang on. Embryonic. But the bryonic is what throws me off. I mean, how am I going to incorporate that in a sentence?
You know what an embryo is, right?
Yeah, it's egg. Right?
No, that
It's
would
like
be
an
the ovum.
unfertilized. It's an
The embryo is when the egg and the sperm come together and it creates the embryo.
I'm thinking embryonic fluid.
So it's post-egg.
Embryonic fluid.
I don't know.
Amniotic fluid, you heifer.
That's what I was thinking, amniotic fluid. Embryonic. Embryonic, I would think, is somebody like super
And
duper
ladies
young.
and gentlemen, she's teaching your children.
Yes, but I'm only teaching them up to 10 years old. I
She's
don't know
teaching them
any
technology.
10-year-old that needs to know the word amniotic or embryonic.
So this came up in a sentence. They were talking about something that was in super early stages, and they said it's embryonic, and I was like, oh, I have never thought of using the word like that before. But they're talking about something.
I think it's something
like,
super, super young.
yeah,
like early.
like
yeah.
really, like it started, but it's like super early stages, kind of like our podcast, like a couple episodes in. Was embryonic,
okay, so
you know,
we are in the embryonic stage of
Yeah.
our podcast.
I would say we're more like over in the.
The
we're fetal
ejaculate
now.
stage.
No, I would say we're fetal now. Anyway,
All right.
we're developing into something. Boy,
Yeah.
this has really gone off the rails. I am
Yeah,
sorry.
we're having a...
Hey, that's the best kind right there.
We do that.
Hey, let's see here. Let me cut that in. Let me cut it up so I can use it in a sentence.
Gosh, this is going to be bad.
I can make the front half of it work, but it's the onic word I can't. Onic part of it I'm struggling with. Hey, Bree.
Really, Margaret, all we have to do is find a word that she understands, but then has a different ending to it.
A little bit, yeah.
Just to tweak it a little bit, and that confuses her a little bit. That's all it is.
Yeah. You just got to put on those...
Like, tangentially threw her off.
Right.
She knows what
No,
a tangent is.
As tangentionize.
Right.
That sounds like you're tanning a
Maybe...
hide. Tangentionize your hide.
I'm wondering if we should put the word of the week segment a little bit earlier in the episode so then we can come back to the end and ask her if she remembers.
Oh, I thought, you know what I thought you were going to say? We should make it the word of the week so we can, like, Pee Wee Herman it. Every time someone says it in the podcast. And you're,
Oh, like, with the goat. We can goat it. Right.
we're the
Word
heifers,
of
not
the-
the goats. I mean, we are
Okay.
goats, but...
And then we can just have it flash on the screen every time it's said.
This is way
Yours-
more obnoxious.
I ain't
Yours
got
is
nothing that
bigger
makes
than
noise.
mine.
Well, I'm bigger than you, so it works.
And it's fluffier, too.
That part doesn't work. I actually just had an appointment today, so I'm not fluffy, let me tell you.
Yeah, TMI, heifer, TMI. Lord have mercy.
Ooh. Listen, I work in the medical field. There is no shame anymore.
So she's not. Never mind.
So what she's
You're the one
saying
playing
is
with your muff there.
her prison pocket is smooth. No?
I am so glad I don't have bladder incontinence right now.
one of them that makes noise, but I can talk about prison pockets.
Hunks of cheese. Oh my gosh.
hunk of burning cheese.
Hankering for a hunk of...
Got a hankering for a hunk of cheese. Hopefully she didn't put it in her prison pocket.
Oh, cheese from the prison pocket. Mmm, that sounds good. Jesse might lose it. Oh, we can't really air any of that.
Oh, yes, we've got to.
Patreon content. Oh my gosh.
Embryonic down up in her prison pocket. Embryonic some cheese up in there.
Embryonic cheese.
Embryonic
Oh my
cheese.
gosh. Oh. That's like men and their smegma.
Ugh.
Bean cheese. You were laughing until I said that.
Bean cheese.
Bean cheese.
Not
That's definitely
cream
some-
cheese.
Not cream cheese. I mean,
Bean cheese.
it might be creamy, but I don't want it.
I would think it would be like chunky.
As I'm taking a sip of coffee.
It's gonna vomit. You know, she lizard it. But or Jim carried it. That would definitely be scream worthy right there.
All right,
Ew.
so should I wrap this up?
Probably because we are just descending into absolute ridiculous.
Yeah, we're just getting into silliness. At the end of the day, confidence sells. Authenticity sells. But slimy, pushy, manipulative sales tactics, sure, they might work for the short time, but they're going to wreck your reputation long term. So before you hit post or plan your next marketing move, ask yourself, does this feel gross? Because if it feels gross, it probably is. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. Be sure to follow the Dirty Heifers podcast on your favorite platform. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review. Don't forget to check out Bawana Bath & Body for handmade luxury every day. And also, if you think that you might make a good guest on our podcast, let us know. Email us at dirtyheifers@gmail.com or comment on any of our platforms. We'll catch you next time. Stay dirty, heifers.